Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Taiji, where I have worked out a couple of things here. First of all, I was quite close to this puzzle, and really, the answer is almost... The top half and the bottom half are almost exactly the same, right? I'm reasonably sure when I press the button here that this is going to work. Yeah, it is very unintuitive to me that the eraser would erase only one of the dots instead of a square's worth of symbol, but now that we know that that's how it works, we can apply that knowledge elsewhere. I mean, we already have applied that knowledge elsewhere a little bit. Oh, I just noticed continue human faces. This is really sad. The witness does some really fun perspective stuff where things appear to be one image from one angle and then a different image from a different angle. The environment of the witness is so painstakingly crafted. It's really, really brilliant. And they clearly, they want to establish the same vibe here, but because their thing isn't actually 3D, they kind of can't. So they're using the reflection in the water to cheat it, sort of. It is, more than anything, just sort of like a reference in the direction of the... okay, I did not work out a solution for this, but I did figure some of these out. It is sort of another... It's just a gesture in the direction of the witness. Hey, remember the cool shit from the witness? This might make you think of that. Okay, so... I spent some more time with this one. I was actually quite close to this solution, and I just needed to extend out what I had been doing. This probably looks very familiar from the end of the last episode. I think I just needed to sort of tease these shapes out a little bit more. I think this is a functional answer. We have the two teal line shapes, solid here, the two black line shapes, basically what I had before, just a little bit of extra tail so as to keep the size and shape of the yellow line shape under control so that it can be here. And I think we've satisfied both of the petal shapes as well. Yeah, okay. So those were the two I worked out earlier today off camera. And then I reset this one back to its base state. And there's also still this one to work out. Here, let's work with this. We haven't put any work into this in the last episode or two. So we know, well, let's be careful. Like I said, I got myself into trouble with this. Here's what I know stuff. So let's be cautious to make sure I actually know what I think I know. What I was gonna say is that these diamonds must pair with the lines, the rotating lines. Are we 100% sure that there's no way for the number tiles to be in shape with the diamond? Yes, right? Because this is theoretically possible, where that the four things here make a connection, but this is not a valid shape, obviously. We could add this thing, but adding the one square to include it already spends it. This doesn't connect cleanly. So, yeah, I feel fairly confident. The only black shape that exists, the black figure that this thing can be in shape with, is the line. Which means you are dark. Then we have one dark white and one light white already. This is going to have to be dark to maintain rotation. And then we just have to be cautious from here. So one of these shapes has to end up containing both of the yellow diamonds. It's pretty hard to say which one at the moment. Yeah, I think we just kind of have to pick. Right, so now I'm dedicating myself to having the yellow shape own all of this real estate up here. And so this is going to be connected because it's got to mirror those two. Do we have to do anything in particular here? Well, this has to... Hold on. Actually, this isn't going to work. Because if the lit shape connects all the way up here to this yellow thing, it's cutting off the white diamond matches. Does it work okay if we do it the other way? Yeah, because then this thing wants to be dark. These shapes connect. And this goes under and connects that. Oh, actually, I guess I could have seen that because, like, the fact that this is unlit means this has to be lit. Okay. All right, we can work with this. So I'm assuming we're going to be excluding these shapes, but I don't know exactly how. So what is the base figure here is going to be something like this, right? So this thing reaches down and claims these squares and then goes around and grabs those. We just have to figure out exactly how this gets shaped to work around these things. So, like, it feels pretty intuitive to me to do that to isolate that shape. This is problematic, though, huh? Could we... Maybe the connection happens on the other side? Like, maybe the idea is we mark those, connect you around here, and pick up the black diamond like that. That allows this shape to remain separate from everything. Because if we have the lit shape running up to here, then this shape, which does need to be separated from everything, is already adjacent to both a light shape and a dark shape. Is there a reason that we can't do that? So let me copy that with the lit shape here. We're gonna have problems with this, right? Oh no, this is fine actually. That remains. Yeah. That's perfect. Okay, all the way to the corner, up, in, up. And then we want to do that to isolate the 3. So we do it like this. That connects all of the pairs that need to be connected. And these shapes are symmetrical, right? No, did I not? Did I screw that up? Oh, huh. Those have to actually be marked dark. Otherwise, they're part of that shape. Yeah. Or marked lit, rather. Okay. So this. I think I've set this to the bare minimum. I think this is what has to be true. Because I'm pretty sure the 4 here can't connect to this thing. And it definitely can't be lit, because if it's lit, then there's no way to build it where it doesn't touch this shape. So this part has to be dark. I think all of this is necessarily true, given this space being lit. So, if that is true, and I guess that makes this true as well. So if that is true, then this is going to have to be dark because it has to match. All of this stuff has to be filled in. This is kind of awkward. So we definitely have a question about the yellow thing. Which right now, I mean, like, this exists, right? There's a possibility. This has to be lit because there's no way to have enough dark spaces around it anymore. What else does that give us? Well, these shapes are both going to be dark, right? Yeah, because otherwise they're connecting to way too large of a number. Well, hold on. If this was lit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I was thinking, you know, if the 4 can reach over here and connect, But then you're looking at 3, 4 spaces, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's too many lit boxes adjacent. So yeah, this has to be a dark shape. That has to be a dark shape. And the two cannot meet. I think. Seems right to me. I don't know. So this is part of the 4 shape. This is part of the 3 shape. But we don't know too much beyond that. If this is dark, then this is lit and all these are dark. If these two are dark, then this one is dark and so is its neighbor here, which makes this lit. This is one lit neighbor. And actually, we have to fill these in, right? For the 4. Well, I guess actually, maybe not. Hold on. Because if this was dark, that would be exactly 7 black spaces. Or 7 dark spaces to fit with the black numerals. So, or the black numbers, rather. Numerals is a more specific word that means not this. Yeah, that actually doesn't have to be lit. It could be, but it might not be. All right, what else do we know? You're definitely dark. What else do we know indeed? So, I mean, there is plenty of room. If this connects here, there's plenty of room to just copy that shape up around this other black mark. Okay, well, here's something. The yellow line has a connection here, which means that the space that the yellow line is connected to has to be at least 4 in size, which would mean this yellow line has to be lit then. Does that work? Because if this is lit... Actually, it does work. If this is lit, then this is a copy of that shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's exactly the right size for the 2 yellow numbers that it's incorporating. Which means I guess we want to just block this off with lit tiles right now. That's actually... I feel like this is further than we were making it before. I find it often helps to sort of step away for a while. That means this must be dark. Yeah, like spending a little bit of time in the puzzle and then walking away from it for a day and coming back definitely seems to help a bunch. And then we just need to copy the same shape here, which if it's not rotated, looks like this. And we just light these up to give it that same shape. I think that's actually an answer. Okay, we're totally killing it. What do I still not have? This thing over here. We're totally getting through this area, though. This is fucking nightmare. Okay. Apologies. I hate to just like rework the same line of logic over and over again, but as we've just seen, sometimes I come to better conclusions later. So I feel pretty confident we're not looking at single tiles on any of these. Yeah, because this thing can't be in the same position as that thing in a shape of that size. There's not enough room. Okay, so those are definitely not... The black ones are definitely not single tiles. The white ones, being single tiles, would necessitate this thing. All of those squares have to be dark to bind this, which means that this thing is part of a shape that's so big that, yeah, this definitely does not work. These 2 lines are not in positions that allow this shape to be rotated while they maintain their position, and this thing cannot be part of a shape of that size. There just isn't enough room. All right, so pretty confident that they're not singletons, which is a shame because that's like the easy solution. Duos is problematic as well because then you end up with this shape, which is the same as that shape, which is going to break the puzzle. Unless... Did I try this already? Maybe, yeah, maybe it's like just a little bigger. But this is a problem, right? If we want to make this a shape that's any bigger, it either has to go here, blocking this in, or forcing this to build into the white shape, which is problematic, or this goes down here. And then this shape would have to be dark to avoid merging with that. And it can't build down to here or we're creating a breakage in that shape again. And if it builds out to here, then yeah, we've got an impossibility. Okay, there's not enough room in this puzzle for these things to be very large. Is it threes? Like in theory that can work. The black one is at the end, but this would have to be in the middle of a shape, which definitely doesn't work. If we do instead like, is there a way to do L shapes like this? Wow, you're going to run into a problem immediately here. Oh, okay, but what if it's like that, right? So the black shape is still in the middle. Then we do a lit shape here, dark shape there, and rotationally this is identical, actually. Ah, but the problem is this square ends up needing to be dark to fix this, which makes this into a tetramino, which we cannot duplicate in other places. Bloody hell. I might still not have a sense of what to do with this one. Is there another... Does this work? Because I was looking at this area and trying to form shapes that would allow these two to be part of the same shape, but maybe they're not, right? This works rotationally with this figure. You have to be dark, but as a dark figure, you are a rotation of that. We have to lock this stuff off with light tiles, which is going to cause a problem. Right, because hold on, how would these... So in order for this to be the case, the valid rotations for this figure are like that, which doesn't work, up, off the map, obviously, and if we extend down, also off the map. Yeah, shoot. I thought I was onto something for a second there. What if we changed this so that this thing could be like that? That would mean this tile has to become lit. This tile has to become lit. Is this? Yeah, this is a 180 from that. So this is actually... I think, by Great Caesar's Ghost, I do believe that's actually a solution. I just hadn't tried all the permutations, because I know that I had tried these shapes in this puzzle before, but I must not have tried all the different permutations of it, all the different rotations. I'm going to admit to you, I didn't have any, I did not have any intuitive grasp of this puzzle at all. It really was just... guess and check, try everything until something fits. But yeah, that fits. Okay, so hold on. Is that everything in this area? Am I actually done with this? These are done. Those are done. These are proper solutions. This is all good. Nope, get down there. This is all good. Did we actually finish the challenge puzzle region? It looks like maybe. Yeah, totally. Cool. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little disappointed that it doesn't seem like there was any fanfare for doing so. I at least got an achievement when finishing the other areas. We did not get an achievement for this one. At least if I did, I didn't see the pop-up. Yeah, these are solutions. Well, I mean, okay. I guess we're done with that. There is one area left that we know exists that we do not have an answer for, or that we do not have any of the answers for, as far as I can tell. And I don't remember how to get back there because we've been living underneath that waterfall for like a year. Yeah, this is as glowy can be. Is this back to the beginning? Yes, okay. They do make this a bit of a trek, don't they? The mountain is outraged that we would dare. Wait, what is this? I don't know that I understand that. Yeah, what? Okay, I have no idea what to do with that. Okay. So, I'm going to tab out, which I think is going to kill the music, and just pop up in my screenshots folder here. We're going to try some stuff we've seen around the island, because that is the only solution that makes sense to me for this stuff. Steam? How do I do that? Okay. The Steam screenshot directory is buried so deeply. Okay, so what I'm looking for is, we saw one of the towers for this kind of puzzle sticking out of the water in one of the areas. Let us try to use this as a solution. So it looks like it's either one or two layers of empty, then a lit, then an empty, then two lit, then an empty. This is 3 at the top, so I think maybe this bit at the bottom is supposed to be read as 1 empty. And that is not a solution. Was I right the first time? I was not. Okay. So the 1s and 0s, there should be 8 things to figure out. Yeah, I still don't have any idea how to approach any of this. This is an interesting configuration. Why is this shaped this way? Actually, this is really interesting too. The fact that it's not a rectangle. So this is trees. This is something else. But what else? Is this supposed to represent like the kind of puzzling that we saw in the painting mansion? I was gonna call it the puzzle mansion, but the whole damn island's a puzzle mansion. Maybe. Have we seen anything that looks like this? Okay, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do here. My stomach has started acting up again, so I'm gonna drop a cut in here after I hopefully deal with my stomach in a non-catastrophic and relatively quick way. Fingers crossed. I'm gonna run around the island off camera a little bit and just try to compare this stuff. I'm gonna take screenshots of the ones that have interesting shapes. I'm just gonna run around and look for things that might be like this is an unusual arrangement of shapes, right? If it's not just stuff that's on the island somewhere, then I have no idea. The game doesn't have any supplemental materials, right? I don't think there's a manual or anything. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I have identified something. Remember, I was very obsessed with the idea of the shape of the walls around these vertical line puzzles corresponding to the solution to another puzzle nearby that it totally doesn't correspond to. However, I believe that this outer wall is the same number of squares as the puzzle underneath the island. Right, because that's, according to the screenshot I took, that is 9 squares tall. This is 1. I'm using wherever the walls go in as a border. So this is 1, 2, in, out, 3, out 4, in 5, out 6, out 7, in 8, out 9. Right? That's 9. Let's go try it. I will say, I also did notice, this will maybe be more useful. I have a couple of thoughts. It'll maybe be more useful once we're actually back at the thing, and I can just step on the button and indicate. So I'm fairly sure I know what one of the others is, although it is going to take some collation work before I can enter it. And I have thoughts about some of the other stuff. It is quite a trek, huh? It's a hike for sure. Oh, wait, sorry. I done overhiked. This one. So it was in, out, 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 in, out, in, out, right? Okay, so first of all, that confirms that we're looking for patterns that exist out there in the world. That's a total no-brainer. Obviously, that stuff exists in part as visual homage to The Witness, but also, where else were we going to find all the solutions for these, right? I don't know if I think anything in particular is going to happen when we finish these. This may slide up and give us access to something, maybe. It looks like a door that could slide up. So, okay, this one. I did notice there's all those garden planters that have 4 sets of flowers that are they are arranged like the petals, and they're the color of the petals in the petal puzzles. In that area where the petal puzzles are, there's a 2x3 set of them on top of the building that has the door that opens when you have all the pedestals connecting the bridges in the right positions. So that's interesting, but I don't know where there's enough more of them for this. This would be an awful lot of extra planters. But the other thing I thought was, I realized something. These puzzles are all the markers. The markers are all 3x3 square puzzles to light them up, right? And this is a 9x9 grid. And when we look at the maps, I wish that stepping on this showed you the overall map. I don't have a button that allows me to do that, do I? I don't think so. Is there? There's not even a show me the. View controls. Here we go. There's not a map key, no. All right. But I think when you step on those, when you step on one of those buttons to show you the map, I believe it's arranged in roughly a 3x3 square. I guess we can double check that. I don't know where the first one of those that we can access is. Can't be too far inside, right? What about... Okay, well, we know this one's like all the way down in the corner, but at least I do actually know where it is. So let's just go to this one instead of trying to find another one quickly that I don't remember the position of. Yeah. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's not exactly a square. But I guess it is interesting though, because the waterfall area had one, even though the waterfall area doesn't contribute. Yeah, that's certainly interesting. Similarly interesting is the fact that the big pink tree over here is on the map when none of the other like incidental puzzle elements are. Like there's not the there's none of the extra spare puzzles around any of the other stuff. Also, this map doesn't even show the waterfall. It's very strange that it shows this tree. I wonder if that means something. Well, anyway, so that's my suspicion is this is the bottom 3x3 of that big 9x9 puzzle. So here's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end the video here approximately. I'm gonna spend some time running around the island, looking for clues, trying to find things that I think might be it, and then I don't want to just write all this stuff down, then go back and solve it all while you just watch me put in the answer and assume that I got clues that make sense. I want to cut together some images I can put up on screen so y'all can see how I'm, like the clues that I'm assembling and how I'm arriving at the answer. So that's going to take a little bit of off-camera work to do. But when you come back next time, I'm totally going to have at least some of them figured out. And we'll see you then.